Before we get into the video, I want to apologize for my hair. I understand that I need a haircut, so don't roast me in the comments, please. Or maybe do roast me. Yeah, let's get into the video. Hey guys. So, Apple released their new iPads and Apple Watches earlier. I'm supposed to be the one defending Apple, and I tend to be the one defending Apple, but now I just can't. The new Apple Watches are disappointing. The Apple Watch SE is just a repurposed Apple Watch Series 4. And the Apple Watch Series 6, that's just the Apple Watch Series 5 with two new sensors. YouTubers have said that the 2.5 times brighter always on display is barely noticeable. So first of all, that's not a feature anymore. That's just a gimmick now and just marketing fluff. And the blood oxygen sensor, that it's supposed to be a really cool feature. But do you guys remember when ECG came out? ECG was a huge thing. Apple Watches were the first wearable device that is accessible to the general market. That was really cool. Sure, it took a while to come to different countries, but still, it was under regulation, and Apple was the first company to do it. Now, the blood oxygen sensor they added in the Apple Watch Series 6 is not approved by the National something something. I don't remember the acronym on the top of my head, but it seems less planned. I'm not saying that it's not good, it's just that that feature is not as powerful as the ECG feature that came with the Series 4. And it's less of a health feature and more of just a thing you can say that your watch has. I don't have the Series 6, so I can't say my personal experiences with it, but from what I've heard, it's just not that great of an upgrade. The new things that came with the watch is just the brighter display, which is barely noticeable, and the blood oxygen sensor. Also, the new chips should be faster than before, but no one's complaining how slow the Apple Watch is because it's not slow at all. It's great. Nearly perfect for everything. I do not have a need for speed improvements, but it's always great to hear that there's speed improvements. Also, battery life, it might be better. Are those big enough upgrades? Definitely not. If you have anything above the Apple Watch Series 3, I think you shouldn't upgrade. If your watch is 3 years old, don't upgrade. That's how underwhelming the new Apple Watch Series 6 is. I have the Series 4, I'm not planning on upgrading. I'm hoping that next year they will actually have a meaningful upgrade to the Apple Watch. But before then, I don't think I'll be ever considering the Apple Watch Series 6. To a friend, if they were looking for an Apple Watch, I would recommend the Apple Watch SE because it's basically just the Apple Watch Series 4, which is the one I have, except it's branded SE and it has the newer chips. That's about it, really. You know, the bezels are the same, the form factor is the same, the back looks slightly different on the Series 6, but who's looking at the watch's backside? We look at the watch's watch face rather than the back, so that design change isn't really something people would notice. And yes, I understand that the design change is made to include the blood oxygen sensor. I understand that. I will also be talking about the Apple Watch SE as well. The Apple Watch SE is great, in my opinion. It is underwhelming. It is what we've seen before. It's what we had before on the Series 4, as I keep saying. But it's also quite cheap. Also, I don't understand why Apple did not discontinue the Apple Watch Series 3. So now there's stages of Apple Watches. For around $200, you can get the Apple Watch Series 3, which is 3 years old already. And then you can get the Apple Watch SE, and then it's the flagship Apple Watch Series 6. Don't get the Series 3, and don't get the Series 6, if you have anything newer than the Apple Watch Series 3. The SE is the best option you can get right now. It is a solid watch, but they could have at least done something new. So just as a brief overview of the Apple Watch SE, basically it's the exact same as the Apple Watch Series 4, except it has 32 gigs of storage instead of 16 gigs. That's awesome. You can store twice as much songs or podcasts, and in my opinion, that's a huge deal. So good on the Apple Watch SE for having that. Second, the Apple Watch SE has an optical heart sensor, and in the Series 4, it has an electric heart sensor and a second generation optical heart sensor. So it's Gen 1 versus Gen 2. Finally, it does have the Series 5 SiP chipset rather than the Series 4 chipset. So faster chips, but it has the same wireless chip. I know it's kind of unfortunate, but still, it's the best Apple Watch for the price you can get right now. And don't even mention the watch bands, okay? The new watch bands, ugh. When Apple first announced the Apple Watch, you know, the Apple Watch bands were like a huge thing. Everyone was talking about how good they are and how well they're engineered. And now Apple is going back on it by releasing a single solo loop without the buckle. So for Apple Watches right now, you can take this out and then you can take off the watch. But without the buckle, so they made the whole watch band just a singular loop. Their marketing was that it's more comfortable or something. First of all, it's just less material for them, so it's cheaper for them to manufacture. And also, it's a easier process to manufacture because this needs metal, it needs glue. The solo loop, it's just easier to make. So it's cheaper for them, and they're costing the same price as the standard watch bands. I just don't like that. Also, the braided solo loop is even more expensive. I don't understand it. Why? Why is it that expensive? It's like 90 bucks. And finally, I actually really like the new leather, I don't know what it's called. So before there's this leather loop thing, but now they added a new one that's a similar concept, but the design of it is different. I think I like it just because that it's different, but that's just another thing. It also is like 100 bucks. So in Apple's defense, the Apple Watch is the best-selling watch on the market, and they've done so much to it. It's really hard to improve on it even more. I think they just put everything they had into the watches because they thought they would have more competition. And then they just outsold everyone. So now they're just stepping back, looking at the watch and saying, okay, I think it's solid enough. We should probably keep a few features in case that another company starts to compete with our Apple Watches, and then they can use their backup features in it. But that's just speculation. I don't have any leaks. But I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Thanks for watching. Please click something on the screen, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.